What's going on, everybody? My name is C4. Welcome back to the channel, and today we have huge college football 26 news. And no, it's not the gameplay deep dive and trailer that dropped today, which in itself is pretty awesome. Go check that out. But somehow, someway, this site, teamcrafters.net, I think they're working with Mutt Leaks, were able to pull and generate this site that has all of the pre-release ratings for college football 26. Now, pre-release ratings in Madden have historically almost always been randomized. Like nonsensical, they don't make sense, they do it on purpose because the ratings release is a huge part of Madden's marketing tool. As someone that has played the college football 26 beta, all of the players were randomized. All the ratings were randomized, there was no likeness, no real names. It wasn't like Tim Tebow, quarterback 15, 99 overall on Florida. So it's not like they just pulled the ratings from the beta. So that has me, I got a pretty good sniff test. I've been doing this for quite some time, and I'm looking at these ratings, and they are checking out. The top players there in Alabama, it makes sense. Ryan Williams is a 95. Now, it doesn't have any of their abilities or anything like that. It's just base ratings, and I haven't actually figured out on this site how to get more stats than just these ones. I was trying to search by throw power. I think I could probably figure that out. But everything here, man, is passing the smell test. They have the new teams that are added to college football 26. You got the Delaware Fighting Blue Hens, and it makes sense. They might have a couple guys in the 80s, but for the most part, they are going to be likely like a one-star cupcake squad. You also have Missouri State, Shamari Lawrence, beast of a running back, highest rated player, everyone else well into the 70s. So I think at a later date, probably this weekend, my plan is to maybe do a deep dive on some of the sleeper cupcake teams that have really, really fun, overpowered players that you guys need to consider for your college football 26 dynasty and or first rebuild. But today, let's just get a big picture. Let's look at the top overall players for every single position. I also want to take a look at some of the top 5-star recruits, brand new players to the world of college football, and see what their ratings are. And if there's any other videos and content around these ratings that you guys want to see, please let me know in the comment section below. And if it is your first time stopping by, don't be afraid to hit that subscribe button as we are getting ready to drop college football 26 content upon content upon content upon content. So take a look at the base top 50 overall players in game at launch from these pre-release leaked rosters, which again, does this feel to you guys as I showcase this past the sniff test? Does this feel like these are actually going to be the ratings and realistically in the ratings? Or is this like a part of the scramble randomized, it's not the official? Again, there's always a chance. I can't say with 100% factuality that these are going to be the day one launch, but I would be very surprised. So taking a look, we have Jeremiah Smith, 98 overall. Not surprising for the most dominant freshman wide receiver I think we've ever seen. Caleb Downs at number 2. You got Jeremiah Love, Anthony Hill, TJ Parker, Ryan Williams, Dylan Stewart, Jamad McCoy, Peter Woods, Fano Proctor, Jordan Tyson. Round out kind of the top 10 players right there. But what we're going to do, just to make it a little bit easier, is we're going to go position by position by position. Look at the top players. Look at the top 5 stars. But first, looking at the top quarterbacks in college football 26. Cade Klubnik, Drew Aller, Garrett Nussmeier. 3-way tie at the top with a 92 overall. This checks out. Those are the 3 favorite quarterbacks to go 1, 2, 3 in the upcoming draft. You have Levitt from Arizona State, 91. Lenore Sellers, 91. Now, he also could potentially declare as a redshirt sophomore. Lenore Sellers, I can see here, he's 240 pounds with 89 speed, 93 acceleration, 91 agility. That is pretty freaking disgusting, all things considered. Carson Beck's a 91. John Mateer off an insane season with Washington State being the big transfer for Oklahoma, 91. Horvath, 90. Arch Manning, 90. And DJ Lagway, the monster from the Florida Gators. Get your futures hit for DJ Lagway to win Heisman, is also rounding out all of the 90-plus overall quarterbacks. We'll just kind of go down here. I'm not going to do it for every single player, but for people making the first page here, notable quarterbacks, Avery Johnson, 89. Diago Pavia, the Vandy legend, 88. Salter is a beast. The transfer from Liberty, 90 speed on that quarterback. Nico, big transfer portal. Nico, 88 overall. Mendoza, 87. Maybe that's a little dog in Mendoza there. Expectations are very high for the Cal transfer that he's going to exceed what the Canadian legend Curtis Rourke did for Indiana last season. Let's take a look here. Taylon Green. So you got a 6'6", 225-pound, 91 speed, 90 acceleration quarterback. That is fairly disgusting, all things considered. Looking as far as speed, dual threats, Austin Carlisle from Houston. I mean, again, undersized quarterback, 5'10", buck 85, 92 speed. Haas Hieni, the hell that is, a 91 speed there. Taylor Green, 91. Haynes King from Georgia Tech, 91 speed as well. What a monster. Okay. He was really good. He was overpowered as hell last year. Let's take a look at a couple of the 5-stars, and my webcam's not blocking anything in particular. Like, I can't figure out how to get throw power. So we're going to look. Keelan Russell, the 5-star recruit to Alabama, is an 80 overall. Great athlete as well. True dual threat. Juju Lewis, some sites have him as a 5-star, going to Colorado as a 79 overall. Tavian St. Clair, the 5-star, going to Ohio State. Nice dual threat as well with an 80 overall. The big dog, the highest rated 5-star recruit. He's the man that's on the cover. Bryce Underwood from Michigan, 81 overall, 87 speed, 91 acceleration. I mean, if you're a Michigan fan, it's going to be pretty nice to actually have a quarterback you can throw the football with this year. I think look at the top running backs. All the 90-plus overall. We got Jeremiah Love, Coleman from Washington, Isaac Brown, Nicholas Singleton, Ahmad Hardy, 92, Makai Hughes, the Tulane transfer, 92. I thought actually he might be a little higher. Katron Allen, Desmond Reed, Taylor, Hankerson, Claiborne, Wisner, Fluff Bothwell, first-team all-name, 230-pounder. Washington, Ott. I thought Ott also could be higher. He's been, it feels like in college and a good running back for like the last 6 seasons with Cal. And Jamal Haynes, Georgia Tech, is also a 90 overall. Ooh, look at that. UNLV with an 89 running back. That is very interesting. Look, there we go, kind of rounding out. Dylan Edwards, 89. Jadarian Price, 88. That 1-2 punch for Notre Dame is going to be nasty. Nate Frazier, last year's maybe in the discussion for the best freshman running back. He's an 88, 210 with 93 speed, 96 acceleration. Nate Frazier, what an absolute monster. Now, as far as pure speed is concerned, because speed kills, Damon Claiborne for Wake Forest, 96 speed. We got 96 on Luke for Fresno State, 95 on Isaac Brown. Raleek Brown, is he a former 5-star? 95 speed there. Jeremiah Love with 95. Dylan Edwards, 95. Caden Durham with 95. I suppose agility, what do we got here? Ahmad Hardy, 96 agility. Isaac Brown here for Louisville. 90, he's undersized, 5'9", buck 90, but 95 speed, 96 agility, 97 acceleration, 96 change of direction is incredibly overpowered. Look at the top recruit at running back, Harlem Berry for LSU, 83 overall for a true freshman, 94 speed, 95 agility, 96 acceleration, 93 change of direction. And look at it, he has 56 awareness. If he had even a reasonable in the 70s awareness, this guy would be pushing almost a 90 overall based off athletic traits alone. Now take a look at the top wide receivers. Jeremiah Smith, 98. Ryan Williams, 95. Now that could be a hot debate. Do you think there's that big of a discrepancy between the two cover athletes? I think 98 is a little rich for Jeremiah Smith, if I'm being honest with you. But that's cool that a sophomore is the highest rated player in the game. Potentially. Everything I say here is said with an asterisk. It could change. For the rest of the 90-plus, you got Jordan Tyson, 94, Surratt, 93, Singleton, 92, Rivers, 92, Fields, 91, Boston, 91, Carnell Tate, 91, Evan Stewart, fortunate injury, 91, Kevin Coleman Jr., 90. I'm not going to lie. He's probably the first guy I've talked about that I'm not 100% sure who he is. Same with D.T. Sheffield. Makai Lemon, 90, Antonio Williams, 90, Devontae Ross, 90, Chase Roberts, 90, and Kevin Concepcion, 90 overall. Cam Coleman, 89, another big part of that insane freshman class of wide receivers last year. Love seeing Trey Wilson here for my Florida Gators being 89 overall. Aaron Anderson, burner. Zakaria Branch, 97 speed, the transfer from USC. I don't know, anyone else kind of crazy? Let's take a look at some speed. No, you can't, no. 6'5", 235, Nick, however they did it. What do you have? Did he have 99 last year? I feel like he had 97. They just wouldn't give it to him. 99 speed, 92 agility, 97 acceleration, rip. Jordan Anthony for Arkansas also has 99 speed. Barian Brown, the Kentucky transfer LSU, with 99 speed. Now some underrated, you got Pitt, sub 75 overall player here with 98. So you always love seeing that. Small Desmond James, 6'2", with 97 speed for Cal. That's a sleep. Tank Hawkins for the Gators. Love seeing that. Is Jalen Mbakwe like a 2A? Travis Hunter? I thought he was a corner. Listed as a wide receiver, 97 speed. That'd be kind of cool if he's playing both sides of the football. Now take a look at some of the 5-stars. We have Quincy Porter, the 6'4" 5-star at Ohio State. Looks pretty good, 78 overall. Not too overpowered. You got Khalil Lockett, the 5-star for Texas Longhorns, 6'2", with 92 speed, 94 acceleration, and an 81 overall. The big dog of the group is Degorian Moore. Ooh, there's the pace. The pace has been set. Highest rated 5-star true freshman so far is the Oregon wide receiver with 96 speed, 97 agility, 97 acceleration. Yikes. That's going to be a problem. I guess because fullback are people too. Here's a look at the top fullbacks. We have 7 tight ends who got a 90+ rated, headlined by Eli Stowers, who is regarded as the top tight end in college football right now. Kozoil from Houston. Wasn't he at Nebraska just recently? 6'6", big target there. Claire, Purdue transfer. Delp, injuries. The Cal transfer. Justin Jolly from South NC State. And Kitzelman from Tennessee. Thought Luke Hash could be higher. Sadiq also, I thought, might have had a chance to be higher. Jack Velling has got some awards. Could be higher than 88, but I don't think there's necessarily a lot of robberies here as it relates to tight ends. As far as athletes, Eli Stowers is just, I mean, Vandy's going to be fun to do a dynasty with. I mean, now it's going to be probably short-lived because you're likely only going to get 1 year Pavia and Stowers, but that connection is going to be filthy. Malone, kind of, not necessarily consensus, but 5-star tight end coming into Kansas State. Lincoln Cure is an 81 overall for a true freshman. Now, left tackle, we got a couple players in the 90s. Proctor, Seaton, Tieran, Isaiah World, J.C. Davis, Cage, Casey, and Caleb Lomu as all 90+ rated players. We had a similar amount on the right-hand side. Fano, Mauigoa, Brian Parker, Blake Miller, Jennings Dunker, Emil Wagner, and Xavier Hill. Now, if you've been watching our Madden 25 offseason rebuilds using updated draft classes, a lot of these players you should be familiar with as we are rebuilding teams with them in Madden 25. Check it out. Let's say I do all 5 stars. Consensus. Michael Fasusi, 5-star for Oklahoma, 79 overall. And we have David Sanders Jr. for Tennessee. The 5-star gets an 80 overall, highest rated lineman. That is a rookie. And by rookie, I mean freshman. For the interior, we got Carmona, Ione, Green, Braun, El Hadid, Rimac, Logan Parr as our 90+ rated guards on the left side. Reed Adams, Jaden Roberts, and DJ Campbell. Not as strong on the right-hand side. Didn't actually check this beforehand. I was going to lose my mind. Get a nice little rant if Jake Slaughter wasn't the highest rated center for my beloved Florida Gators. 92 overall. Brails for 91. Small, White, Laoalu, and Logan Jones. All 90+ rated. That certainly checks out. All those guys are regarded as the top potential picks at that position over the next couple years. Now let's get some pass rushers. TJ Parker, 95 overall. Probably most people were expecting him to be the highest rated pass rusher. We have Falk, 93. David Bailey, the transfer from Stanford, 93. Dennis Sutton, 92. Kamara, 92. Overton, 90. Tyreek Sapp with a 90 overall as well. Not a lot, like on paper, like scary freak of nature, but I will say, in the case of LT Overton, to be 280 pounds with 85 speed and 89 acceleration, as well as 88 strength, is pretty disgusting. Now, take a look at the right ends. We got Dylan Stewart, 94 overall. Colin Simmons, 93. Ruben Bay, 92. Derek Moore, 91. Trey White, 91. And Mateo Uyunglele, 91. He's a guy that, man, I feel like just people are sleeping on him still. Such an impressive player. Looking at some of the rest of the top right defensive ends. Now, as far as athletes are concerned, as expected, Dylan Stewart and Colin Simmons round out the best. Look at that. Dylan Stewart, 6'5", 245, 91 speed, 91 agility, 96 acceleration. Jesus. But at the 5-star pass rushers, Isaiah Gibson for the Georgia Bulldogs is an 80 overall. We have, depending on the site you look at, Hayden Lowe. Got a couple 5-stars for the U. Is a 79 overall. We have 9 defensive tackles that have got 90+. Peter Woods headlines the group, 94. Corleone, the Godfather, 92. Keenan, 92. Miller, 92. Graves, 91. Barry, 91. Dominique Orange, 90. Caleb Banks, 90. Sleeping on him a little bit. Zane Durant, now I think actually both those guys could very well be higher. Kind of rounding it out here. Man, shout out Air Force for having an 88 overall D tackle. What? D tackles, you're not necessarily looking for straight line speed as much as you're looking at complete. I mean, Corleone here for 325 pounds, 75 speed, 97 strength, 84 acceleration is pretty disgusting. And a couple of Zane Durant and Houston both have 90 plus acceleration. The fastest D tackle is Zane Durant, which checks out. Oh my God. Justice Terry, 5-star right here for Texas, 80 overall. 6'5", 323, 80 speed, 88 strength, 85 acceleration. I don't think we really need to do much of a sell job to say, hey, you guys, Texas is probably pretty fun. They're pretty underrated. They're going to be overpowered, but that is scary. Also have 5-star Elijah Griffin for the Georgia Bulldogs, pulling an 82 overall for a 5-star freshman. I think look at some off-ball linebackers. Now, the terminology in college football 26, we got edges. You got Mike Will Sams. Like, that hasn't translated to this site. And that's be the only thing that's made me go, this is the only thing that I'm being presented that doesn't necessarily line up with what I saw in the beta. But take a look at some outside linebackers here. We have Jackus and Deontay Lawson as our only two 90-plus players at that position. We got 7 players at right outside linebacker. Again, you're meshing off-ball linebackers and edge rushers when you're breaking this down. But Perkins, who's just truly a unique player. Like 6'1", 210 pass rusher. Like, what the hell is he going to do in the NFL? But it works in college. 93, Kyle Lewis had insane production at Pitt last year, 93. You got Perkins, which, who knows where LSU is playing him this year. 91, and look at that, you got 92 speed, 97 acceleration on Perkins. Rodriguez, 91. Sonny Styles, 90, 6'4", 235, with 93 speed and 91 acceleration. We got York and Fisher as well, kind of rounding out the 90-plus players there. We got a couple 90-speed linebackers here. Rojas for Penn State, Sean Brown. You got Antoine Smith for Kentucky, Nazir Ward, Western Kentucky. Wallace for Arkansas, Sammy Brown, the former 5-star, 87 for Clemson with 92 speed, 91 acceleration. But, I mean, even all respect to Charles Ross, again, undersized, kind of was more like a safety at 6'1", 212, 93 speed, 95 acceleration. Harold Perkins and Sonny Styles clearly stand out here. Freaks of nature. 6 middle linebackers. Again, terminology, it's different in college football, which is good. Great addition. We got Anthony Hill, 95, leading the top. We got Romaine from Kansas State, 92. Jason Henderson, who literally, like, I saw a video breaking down, like, there's no way he's getting this many tackles. I guess he was. 91 for Old Dominion. Allen, 91. Murdoch for Buffalo with a 90. And Bowen from Notre Dame with a 90, just outside Weeks. Thought he might have been a guy that could have flirted with a 90-plus rating. Looking at, like, athletes, insanity, going to Anthony Hill, 6'3", almost 240 with 90 speed, 93 acceleration. Yep, pretty fun user. As far as 5-stars, we have Zayden Walker here, highest rated linebacker, right outside linebacker for Georgia, pulling a 78 overall for a true freshman 5-star. Now, for some reason, this site doesn't have punters, but we do have kickers, and much like fullbacks, they're people too. So here's some of the top kicker ratings. We have 6 strong safeties going over a 90 overall. Dylan Dynaman, the transfer from Purdue? Wake Forest? Purdue? One of the two. Looks like a legitimate first-rounder. His stock's probably going to go through the roof after this season with Oregon. 93, Terry Moore, 92. Hubbard, 91. Nwokbia from SMU, 91. Alford and McNeil Warren. Man, Toledo just produces DBs after DBs. Now, I will say, kind of surprised Jalen Kilgore is not in the 90s. I thought I would have pegged him to be like 92, 93, somewhere in that range. He's a beast for South Carolina. Ooh, we got some speed here. Look at this. 95, 95, 94. Justin Harrington for West Virginia, 6'3", 215 with 93 speed. But the top goes to King Mack, all-team first name. Penn State, 78 overall. Now, he's a little bit undersized, 5'10", $188, but he comes in with 98 speed, one of the fastest players in the game. A little bit better pool of players here at free safety, headlined by Caleb Downs, 96 overall. According to this pre-release roster, the second highest rated player in college football, 26. You got Bud Clark, Moore, Bolden, Parrish, Cooper, Toff, Catalan, Wankpa, Wheatley, all getting 90-plus rated scores here. We got a couple speed demons at the top. Downs, 93. Moses, 93. Seymour, 94. Stewart, 95. And on Notre Dame, Ben Minich, 97 speed. Now, kind of a safety, kind of a linebacker hybrid. The 5-star is Jonah Williams from Texas, listed as an outside linebacker, but who knows where his true position is really going to be. He's looking real fun for a user. Now finishing up with the corners, headlined by Jermod McCoy, 94 overall for the Vols. We got Rivers, Moore, Muhammad, Terrell, Pons, A.J. Harris, DeCario Davis, Stamps, Hallman, Wilson, Igbenogson, Dalen Everett, Mansour Delane, Jortez Williams, and Xavier Scott, all 90-plus rated. And again, a lot of these guys have been players I have featured in my Madden 25 offseason rebuilds. If you want to see how good these guys could potentially be at the next level. Love seeing Southern Miss. Josh Moten get some love here. 89 overall. I mean, that's like looking at all these teams kind of sticking out like a sore thumb for just having immense value. Another Vandy, man. Vandy has a sneaky good team. As far as speed is concerned, Roderick Pleasant gets a perfect 99 for UCLA. Now, I assume, like, if you guys, some of you guys are probably into, like, the track and field things of college football. I imagine some of these guys that we are mentioning probably are dual sport athletes. Looking for, like, just fun-looking corners here, though. I mean, Humphrey's 6 feet tall, 98 speed. Rowe on K-State, 6'1". What? 6'1", 226, 97 speed, 96 acceleration. Jaden Rowe. Okay, jot that down. That's pretty scary. Damani Jackson, I think he's going to have a breakout campaign for Alabama. 6'1", with 96 speed. Now for 5-stars, couldn't find Sanchez and Offord. The Ohio State and Oregon 5-stars. So, like, I don't know, maybe they haven't officially signed on. But we do have 2 5-stars. Dijon Lee, the 6'4", 5-star freshman for Alabama with 92 speed, 90 acceleration, just enough speed, is a 79 overall. Maybe the highest. Maybe when Sanchez gets out of for Ohio State, I could see him maybe being equal. But DJ Pickett, 6'4", another 6'4", just height, weight, speed. And if you watched our last offseason rebuild, we drafted DJ Pickett. We won, I think he had 7 picks his rookie year. Won Defensive Rookie of the Year, DB of the Year. He was probably the best DB we've drafted in any of our offseason rebuilds. And it passed the smell test for how good he is in college football 26. 6'4", 80 overall, 95 speed, 94 agility, 95 acceleration. So there you go, fellas. That is a breakdown of the top players in college football 26. While we have this tool at our disposal, I do plan, as I said earlier, breaking down a video looking at some sleeper teams with players. Because, you know, at the end of the day, you know, athletes are what make cupcake teams the funnest. You know, if you're going to pick a team that's well under like a 75 overall and you want that line grinding process, you know what makes it a little bit funner is when you have underrated players. Guys that might not have great ratings, but have great attributes. And I'm going to try and find some of the sleeper teams for you guys and have that video come out a little bit later on the weekend. But if there's anything else you guys want to see me kind of preview and break down college football 26, please let me know in the comment section below. If it is your first time stopping by, don't be afraid to hit that subscribe button. Plenty of college football 26 content coming out. I could say, you know, playing college football 26 beta, the Madden. I'm expecting a lot more college football 26. I did a lot last year. I think I'm going to do even more because I just have such an enjoyment playing this game. And I really, really, really want to hammer out like a long-term main franchise. I might even stream it. We're going to have a lot of fun. So if it is your first time stopping by, just get in on the journey right now and hit that button. But until next time, it's your boy C4 saying thank you guys very much. The site is teamcrafters.net. Until next time, it's your boy C4 saying peace. I love you. Have a good one.